The next type of problem is, it's type number 8, equal purchasing and selling in reverse order. Purchasing and selling in reverse order. For example, a man buys 11 toys at a rate of 10 rupees. He sells equal number of toys at a rate of 10 toys, 4 rupees 11. We have to find out what is the overall profit or loss percentage. Means when he purchases some toys, at the time the rate of the toys was 11 toys for rupees 10, and when he sells it at the rate of 10 toys for rupees 11. We have to find out what is overall profit or loss percentage. So we have two types of approaches for answering these questions. The first approach simply says CP of one toy equals to 10 upon 11, SP of one toy equal to 11 upon 10. By looking this, I can say there is a loss, I can say there is a profit, because SP is more than CP, and profit percentage is equal to 11 by 10 minus 10 by 11 upon 10 by 11 into 100, or else I can say 121 minus 100 upon 110 upon 10 upon 11 into 100. 11 will go on 10, that would be cancelled out, and answer is said to be 21% profit. It becomes my answer. We have one shortcut method for this. Suppose a man buys, when he buys, at the time it is given that is goods and that is their price. 10 goods for rupees, 11 goods for rupees 10 means 11 toys for rupees 10. That is buying, and when he sells, it is 10 toys for rupees 11. What we can say? Just cross multiply 121 minus 100 upon this value 100 into 100. Just solve it. Answer is equal to 21%. If it is profit, it would be positive. So we can say there is a profit percentage. If it is negative, we can say it is a loss percentage. This thing can be taken in a formula format. How? While purchasing, while buying, rate was X toys, 4 rupees Y, and while selling, rate was M toys, 4 rupees N. So we have to find out overall profit or loss percentage. It depends on the sign of plus or minus. It would be taken as, take it as X, Y, M, N. Cross multiply, we can say NX minus MY upon MY into 100. If this will give me a positive value, I will say there is a profit percentage. If it will give me a negative value, we will say there is a loss percentage. Or else we can just assume our total quantity to be 1, and by taking as a unit value, we can just solve this question and our answer is there. I hope the point is clear to you. Next we have type number 9. It deals with the concept of successive discount percentage. That's the concept of successive discount percentage. Sometime you find on the gate of some showrooms that there is a discount of 60% plus 20% plus 20%. You find this offer, there is a discount of 60% plus 20% plus 20%. For a layman who does not have any knowledge about the market, what he says, there is a discount of 100% overall, but that is wrong. Why? Because if there is a discount of 100%, it means the thing is free of cost, but that nowhere possible. It simply means when you have such type of discounted offer, then in these questions he may ask you find the overall discount percentage. He may ask you find the overall discount percentage offered. That you have to find out. So what we can say? We can just start with it very easily. Suppose the price of the article was rupees 100. First, there was a discount of 60%. It means after the discount, what value will leave? 40%. Then there is a discount of 20%. What we have? 80%. Then there is a discount of 20%. What we have to finally pay? 80 upon 100. What we have done? First, there is a discount of 60%. It means 60% is given as a off, and that person has to pay 40%. In the second case, there is a discount of 20%. It means he has to pay 80% of this. In the third case, there is a discount of 20%. It means he has to pay 80%. Now, I will find my value. What does it say? That will be cancelled out. This will be cancelled out. 24, 25, or we can say 128 upon 5, or else I can say 5 to 10, 28, 5, and 30.6. So we can say for an article of rupees 100, the person is actually paying rupees 25.6. It means what is the discount offered? That is 100 minus 25.6, or I can say 74.4%. It becomes my answer. We directly take it as a percentage. Why? Because we are counting our total value out of 100. Then what this concept says means in any question when there is a concept of successive discount percentage, how you can answer your statement in which there is a concept of successive discount. What we will do, we take our total price to be 100, then there is a discount of 60%, how much is left? 40%. Then there is a discount of 20%, how much is left? 80%. Then further there is a discount of 20%, how much is left? 80%. Multiply all these values, it will give you 25.6 rupees. It means for 100 rupees article, finally he is paying rupees 25.6. We have to find out what is the overall discount percentage. Simply subtract. It means on 100 rupees we have been given a discount of 74.4 and our discount percentage is said to be 74.4%. I think this point is clear to you. Now this is the concept of successive discount percentage. After this, we have one more concept of this topic. Till time, we have studied few terms: SP, CP, profit percent and loss percent. Apart from this, we also studied few more terms: mark price, that is also taken as list price, markup percentage, as well as discount percentage. We can have an example for understanding these terms. Suppose one person has made an article for rupees 100. That is the CP of the article. There is the cost incurred while making an article. This thing is known as the CP, that is known as the cost price. Now, if the cost price is rupees 100 he will not project the same price in the market. He wants to increase price by some value, and what he has done, he stated rupees 150 on the article. That is known as the marked price, or we can take it as the list price. So what do you mean by the term marked price or the list price? Marked price is the price which is on which the article is mentioned, or we can say the price which is mentioned on the article, that is known as the marked price. Now from rupees 100 I have made my marked price to be 150. It means this 50% is markup percentage. This 50% is markup percentage, right? From 100 I have made it 150. That increment of 50% is markup percentage. Now first thing we can infer here now, markup percentage is always taken as a percentage on CP, because we have taken this 50 as a percentage of 100. Now when a customer goes to the shopkeeper shows rupees 150 on the article, and customer seeks for a discount. Suppose shopkeeper allowed a discount of 20% on the article. Now when he allowed a discount of 20% on the article, this 20% you always give on the mark price. So I will find out 150 20%, that is 30. That will be subtracted from this, and this 120 becomes the selling price. That has become the selling price. So second term that we can say, discount percentage is a percentage which is always taken on the marked price. Means when a shopkeeper allowed a discount of 20%, so we find 20% of 150, that is 30. We subtract 30 out of 150, this will give you 120. Now we can say cost price is 100 and selling price is 20. It means there was a profit of 20%. It means there was a profit of 20%. Now from this illustration, what we have understood, markup percentage, that is always taken as a percentage on CP, and it is basically increment in the CP to make it as a marked price. Discount percentage, that is always taken as a percentage on marked price, that simply decreases the marked price and finally helps us in getting the selling price. And the difference between the CP and SP will give you the profit percentage. Now this question can be answered in some other way. Even after allowing a discount of 20% and markup percentage by 50%, find profit percentage, right? So in the place of assuming the CP to be 100, we can take it also equal to X, and we can just make a solution of this by such way, and finally we get there is a profit of 20%. But we have a very standard relationship between these three terms. First one is markup percentage, second one is discount percentage, and third one is profit percentage. Out of these three, in the exam, you may be asked to find one when other two are given. So what association we can make? We can say that P is always equal to M minus D minus M into D divided by 100. What we can say? P is always equal to M minus D minus M into D divided by 100. We can apply this formula over this question. What is my discount percentage? 20%. What is my markup percentage? 50%. I have to find the profit percentage. So I can say P equals to 50 minus 20 minus 50 into 20 upon 100. 50 minus 20 will give me 30, and this will give me 10. 30 minus 10, this is 20. If this is positive, so we can say there is a profit of 20%. If it is negative, so we can say there is a loss of 20%. So by this structure also we have got a profit of 20%, and if we directly apply this formula, we also get a profit of 20%. That simply means whenever we have to solve any question which is based on the concept of markup percentage, discount percentage and profit percentage, in order to answer our question we directly apply this formula. P is always equal to M minus D minus M into D by 100, and our answer is said to be, that value will be your answer. Right? This question can be understood in some other way also. Pay attention here. Even after allowing a discount of 20%, a person still gets a profit percentage of 30%. You have to find out what is the markup percentage. The question is, we have to find out what is the markup percentage, right? What the question says, even after allowing a discount of 20%, a person still gets a profit of 30%, and we are supposed to find out what is the markup percentage. Now we know that we have a standard association between discount percentage, profit percentage and markup percentage, that will be given in such a way: P is equal to M minus D minus M into D upon 100. Now in this question what I can say, my profit is 30, I will make it positive, then there is a discount of 20% markup percentage we have to find. M minus 20 minus M into 20 upon 100. 30 plus 20 equals to M minus M by 5. 50 equal to 4 M by 5. 2 will 25. M would be taken as 125 by 2 or 62.5%. This 62.5% is taken as markup percentage. So we can say, even after allowing a discount of 20%, if the person still gets a profit of 30%, that simply means there must be a markup of 62.5%. I think now the point is clear to you. What is the relationship between M, D and P? 3 percentages are interrelated between them with this concept: profit percent is always equal to markup percentage minus discount percentage minus markup into discount divided by 100. Right? Now after this, we are going to discuss the last point of this chapter. This concept is known as concept of faulty balances, or we can say dishonest seller. Concept of faulty balances or dishonest sellers. Now, before going into the concept, we try to understand it. What does it say? Suppose a shopkeeper wants to earn profit. Shopkeeper wants to earn profit. For earning profit, he has some options with him. The first one is he increases price. He increases price. That we have seen earlier in the way of markup percentage. Second one is he sells it at the cost price. He sells at CP but measures less. Means he tend to some dishonest activities by making a change in the balance in such a way it reads more while putting less. So that is the second way by which the person can also earn profit. For example, it is given that a balance shows 1200 gram, or we can say balance shows 800 gram as 1000 grams. What is given that a balance shows 800 gram as 1000 gram. We have to find out what is the profit or loss percentage to shopkeeper and to customer, because there two parties are involved. The first one is the shopkeeper and second one is the customer. So we are just understanding it. If it shows 800 gram as 1000 gram, so we have to find out what is the profit or loss percentage to shopkeeper and to the customer. For understanding this, we have two point of views. The first one is for shopkeeper and the second one is for customer. Now, when we try to understand from the point of view of the shopkeeper, suppose it shows 800 gram as 1000 gram. What is the cost for shopkeeper? 800. Because if I assume that 1 gram cost rupees 1, अगर हम ये कहें कि 1 ग्राम 1 रुपीज में आ रहा है, it means कस्टमर के लिए, शॉपकीपर के लिए कॉस्टिंग कितना था? 800. And the customer paid for rupees 1000, it means shopkeeper got rupees 1000. So this is the CP to the shopkeeper, this is the SP to the customer. That is CP to the shopkeeper and SP to the shopkeeper. When we have to take the profit percentage, we know that profit percentage is always taken as profit divided by CP into 100, and that states me 200 upon 800 into 100. So I can say 200 is the profit on CP, 800 into 100. Just solve it. So we can say our profit percentage 25%. If I look this question from the point of view of the customer. Now customer has paid rupees 1000. It means that SP to the shopkeeper becomes CP to the customer. So we can say cost price to the customer is rupees 1000. And actual value of the goods with the customer is of rupees 800. In future, if the customer sells these goods in the market, he will actually get rupees 800 because the worth of the good is rupees 800. That means now customer is in the loss. For how much loss? 200, and loss percentage is always taken on the CP. So we can say the loss percentage to customer would be equal to 200 by 1000 into 100, that is said to be 20% loss. The first thing we have to take care here, if shopkeeper gets a profit of 20%, it nowhere means customer will also have a loss of 25%, that will be changed. Why? Because the base of the quantity will change. Here, cost of the shopkeeper is rupees 800, but when we look at this question from the point of view of the customer, so we can say cost of the customer is rupees 1000 and customer suffers a loss of rupees 200. That means now CP of the customer is 1000 and loss is 200. It means loss to the customer is 20%. I think that point makes a clear idea in your mind. Means if you have to find out the profit or loss percentage from the point of view of the shopkeeper or the customer, we answer in such a way. If I change the statement, suppose it is given that a balance reads 1000 gram, a balance reads 1000 grams as 800 grams. We have such a balance that reads 1000 gram as 800 gram, and we have to find out what is the profit or loss percentage to the shopkeeper or customer. We have to find out profit and loss percentage to the shopkeeper and to the customer. Now, if we have to answer this question, so we try to understand first from the point of view of the shopkeeper. What is the CP of shopkeeper? It reads 1000 gram as 800 gram. It means if he weighs 1000 gram, if he puts 1000 gram over the balance will show it as 800. So CP for shopkeeper is 1000 and customer actually pays for rupees 800, then SP for shopkeeper is 800. It means shopkeeper is in the loss. For how much loss? 200. Loss is always taken on CP. So we can say loss to the shopkeeper is 200 by 1000 into 100. That is always equal to 20% loss. That's the first thing. In the same question, if I try to understand from the point of view of the customer. Now look at the point of view of the customer. Customer has paid rupees 800. So CP for the customer is rupees 800. And actual value of the goods is rupees 1000. Actual value of the goods is rupees 1000 because it was the mistake of the balance. It means if the customer in future sells the article in the market, he gets an SP of rupees 1000. CP is 800 and SP is 1000. So we can say the profit to the customer is 200 and the profit is always taken as a percentage on CP. So profit percentage is equal to 200 upon 800 into 100, or we can say profit percentage to the customer is 25%. So just try to have a difference between these two questions. In this first question and second question, try to have a difference. In the first question, we can say it shows 800 gram as 1000 gram. That simply means we have to solve our question in such a way because it will give a profit to the shopkeeper and loss to the customer. On the other hand, when we take this question in such a way, in this we can answer on this point of view, profit to the customer and loss to the shopkeeper, right? One more concept is also involved. In the starting I stated you, in order to get the profit, a customer has two type of in order to get the profit, a shopkeeper has two type of strategies. The first, either by increasing the price, or second, by waiting less. Sometimes you find such a dishonest shopkeepers, they tend to both practices. Suppose a balance reads 800 gram as 1000 gram. Shopkeeper has already marked up the price by 20%. Find what is overall profit or loss percentage to the shopkeeper. Now in this question we have two steps. The first step says that a balance reads 800 gram as 1000 gram, and the second point states shopkeeper has already marked up the price by 20%, and we have to find out what is the overall profit or loss percentage to shopkeeper. One thing is clear from the statement that shopkeeper will be in profit. We have to find the overall profit percentage. How we can go for it? We divided the transaction in two parts, first and second. The first part deals with reads 800 gram as 1000 gram. As I earlier explained you, the profit percent for this transaction is 25% because CP would be 800, SP would be 1000. Profit of 200 and profit percentage is 200 upon 800 into 100, that is 25%. In the second transaction, there is a profit percent of 20% because how much price you increase, that is simply your profit percentage. Now, in order to find the overall profit percentage, we can apply the concept of successive percentage change, A plus B plus AB by 100. Means in a question when we have two or more types profit or loss, so we can club them by applying this formula. A A plus B plus AB by 100. In case of profit, we take it as positive. In case of loss, we take it as negative. So what I can say now, we can simply say our final answer will be 25 plus 20 plus 25 into 20 upon 100, or this would be taken as 45 plus 5. We can say overall profit percentage to the shopkeeper would be 50%. That becomes our answer. So this is about the whole concept of profit and loss that I have discussed by understanding each and every question again and again, and then you can try on any of the assignment from any of the book and you will find yourself comfortable in answering all these questions. Thank you very much.